Scorpio, thanks for visiting. This is your reading for March, maybe the 9th to maybe the 15th, because I'm running so late with these that, I don't know if they're late or early or where they are. But anyway, here I am. I'm doing your reading and my voice is a little bit croaky because I've been doing lots of these and I'm a little bit tired. But here I am. No more introduction. I'm just going to start doing this for you, this reading for you. The first card you have your past is the King of Wands. So I'm just looking at this king and I'm looking over at the magician. So obviously there are these two really important men here. So I'm getting all this strength. So I'm seeing lots and lots of strength. I'm seeing lots of determination. And I think this is how you are. I think you are very, very determined, very strong. I think you were showing that strength to people. I think lots of people could see that. I think they were noticing that strength in you. Some people are a little bit afraid of you actually, because you've got the Queen of Swords there as well. So some people are like, oh, they've got their sword up. They're very strong. I'm a bit afraid. I don't know what to do. Should I come close? So I'm getting that as well. So a few different things here. I'm seeing a few different people in here actually in this card. I'm seeing love. I'm definitely seeing love here. And, as a Scorpio, I think a lot of people are naturally attracted to you. You've got this kind of, this is what I find with Scorpio. Usually, I know this is generalizing, people are going to be mad at me probably. There's this really nice balance between being a little bit vulnerable, being a bit opened, and being really strong at the same time. And they've got a sting in the tail as well. So if they're not happy, they'll say something really smart and really funny, but really cutting as well. They can be like that as well. So these kind of three things that I really love about Scorpio. Anyway. So I'm seeing two separate people here. I'll try not to make this too confusing because sometimes people go, oh, which one's that about? Anyway, there's someone in your background. This is someone in your history. And I'm getting lots and lots of game playing here actually, lots of pretending. Things were hidden, I think. And lots of kind of, I think that's what left you, or that's one of the things I think that left you with this huge determination to, firstly, to shield yourself against anything like that ever again, with the Queen of Swords here, you're shielding yourself, but also being determined to kind of fight against anything like that, because I think even anything with a tiny little hint of that behaviour, anything that's not upfront, anything that's dishonest, not straightforward, you're kind of really against that right now. You've got this big thing against that, and I can see exactly why you would. I do as well. I'm like that myself. So okay, so if this is you, I don't want to talk about this ex here because I know you probably don't want to think about them ever again, but I am seeing anger around them, so I do have to tell you this because they might come back again, because I think they've come back a few times. So I'm seeing anger here. I think they expected you to react to them in the way that they wanted, not the way that you did. It's almost like you weren't a person. It's horrible. So it's like, oh, I can just go away. I can be there. I can disappear. I can come back again. And when I come back, what they should do is they should be all grateful that I'm back. And they should celebrate. So it's ridiculous, really. So when they came back, I think they disappeared. They came back. They expected you to go, oh, I'm so happy to have you back. But of course, you didn't do that. Of course not. So this isn't the first person that's behaved like this. You've got a long list of people, I think, a lot of people who've behaved in this kind of ways to you. And, I'm not going to give them any credit. Of course not. I don't want to give them any credit. But I think in a way, a lot of these experiences and surviving things, they've helped you. They've made you stronger. But also it's your determination. So it's a combination between everything that's happened in your history and your own strength as well. All those things that have happened have made you really strong. So, even though you don't want to go back and you wouldn't want to experience any of those things now, they brought you to where you are. So just realise that if that's you. So so with the Queen of Swords, again, you're showing your strength. You're not letting any nonsense anywhere near you, no game playing, nothing like that ever again. You're the Queen. You're the Queen of Swords. Now, this is about this other person, I think. There was another person I was seeing in the King of Wands. So this is about this second person. Now, this is if you're single. There's definitely someone around you. I think they've been talking to you actually. I think you know who this might be. They're really, really interested in you. I'm getting that feeling that they're looking at you, they're interested, they want to talk to you, but they're not doing that because look at this king. Look at this King of Wands again. He's not doing anything. He's sitting there. He should be doing something. He's the king of action. He's the king of passion, but he's not. He's just sitting there. So I'm getting a little bit because I'm seeing the King of Wands because I've got the King of Wands here and then I've got the Queen of Swords there underneath there. I'm just looking at this play between the two of them. Well, not I shouldn't say play. The interaction between the two of them. So it's like the Queen of Swords is like no nonsense. I'm not putting up with that. Anything that's not real, anything that's not straightforward, I'm not interested. And the King of Wands is kind of like, oh, I don't know, should I come forward? Should I not? So it's like the Queen of Swords, which is you. You're kind of looking at this King of Wands and you're saying, well, they seem all over the place. They're not being open. They're not being honest. They're not coming forward. And I don't want any of that game playing ever again. And the King of Wands is looking at the Queen of Swords and he's saying, oh, I don't think she wants me to come forward. I'm a bit scared. She's got her guard up. So I think that might be happening. And again, I'm not saying one's male, one's female. This is just these two characters. So you could be male, you could be female. But it's like you're kind of misinterpreting each other's actions. That's kind of what I'm getting. So the first thing I have to say about this person is I am getting a good feeling around them. I really am. So I have to tell that to you. But I think the way that you're kind of observing each other might be stopping them from coming forward, and they might be stopping you from seeing them in the way that they really are. So just something to think about if you know who this is, because again, I'm getting a really good feeling around them, a really positive feeling. I hope that makes sense, because I think that all came out really garbled, so hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so there's something else here in the Queen of Swords I'm getting. Yeah, it feels like a bit of an accusation, actually. It doesn't feel good, it's horrible. Might be around work, I think. It feels like work. Lots of little subtle accusations, very subtle. Yeah, it feels like digs, little digs, and kind of just little things to kind of put you off guard, make you feel not quite, good enough, that kind of thing. And, the way you are in every area of your life, again, you're not interested in subtle little digs. It's like, if you've got a problem with me, this is what I'm getting, this is how you are. If you've got a problem with me, if you don't like something I've done, if you don't like my work, you don't like me, whatever it is, you don't like my clothes, anything, come and tell me what it is. Be straightforward. I'm the queen of the queen. I'm the Queen of Swords. I am the Queen of Swords. I do not take rubbish. You must come and tell me the truth, or I'm not interested. If you have a problem, you have to tell me. So you've got that attitude. That's your attitude. And Scorpios, they've got an attitude when they're not happy. So that's the attitude you've got. So, the other thing is, if you're worried about your job, because I think they might make you think, or they might be trying to get you to think that you've got a problem, or you might lose your job, or something. I don't think you've got anything to worry about. And I think you know that, actually, because all these little kind of subtle things they're talking about, whatever this is, it's not serious. These are not serious things. You both know that, actually. But it's like they're trying to put this little seed of worry in your mind that you might lose your job, or you're not doing well in your job, or something like that. Don't let them do that. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. I'm seeing that really, really clearly. You're a smart person. You know what you're doing. So, okay, so the last card you have your past is the Star. So yeah, I think this is how this person sees you. This person they're not approaching you. It's like they admire you, they want to approach you, but they're not doing that. And you can see that again in this card, because, the way we're looking at this beautiful woman here is that we're far away from her. So we're looking at her from far away. So that's how they're looking at you. They think, oh, aren't they just amazingly gorgeous like this woman? But, I'm still far away. I'm at my distance. And also, I think what's happening is, and I think that's one of the reasons why they're at a distance, is it probably looks to you as if they're game playing, maybe. But they're thinking, okay, what's the best thing to do here? This is important to me. I want to come forward. I want to give a good impression. I want to do this all properly. So I'm thinking about this really carefully. So that's, I just have to tell you that that's what I'm getting around them. That's what they're thinking. Okay, so something else here in the star that I'm seeing. Yeah, okay, this is really interesting. This is really good actually, but it's kind of interesting. I'm getting intuition. I'm getting lots and lots of intuition here. And I think you've got really good intuition actually. And it's like you feel your intuition. You can feel a situation, you can feel people. Not literally. What I mean is you can feel what they're going to say. You can feel what they're like. You can feel what their reaction to you is going to be. You're not doing too well with this other person in this love connection, but anyway, usually you've got really, really good intuition. And I think every time you've forgotten about your intuition, you've gotten off this really good track that you're on. You're on the right track with your intuition, you know where you're going, and then sometimes you think to yourself, well, maybe that's not right, I won't follow my intuition. And it's never worked. You've always gone wrong when you've done that. That's how strong it is. So that's something you've got to remember. Okay, so I'm seeing a near miss here. So it's like you missed out on something. You were disappointed, but it was actually a really good thing that you missed out on this. Yeah, I'm seeing traveling, moving. Yeah, it looks like you're planning on going somewhere. Maybe you're planning on living somewhere else. It feels like somewhere really, really different, very different. Might have been a different country, something extremely different, very different for you. And I think now you missed out on that. So I think now maybe you look back on that time and you say things to yourself like, oh, maybe I would have been there by now. I would have been there now. And you kind of think, I think sometimes you think to yourself, what would I be doing if I were there? What would my house look like? What would my home look like? What would my work be like? What would my daily interactions be like? What would I be doing? You kind of have all these kind of thoughts in your mind. And I think when you're planning on doing this thing, this move, I'm getting this kind of mixture of excitement, really big excitement, because it was really exciting, really interesting. But there's a little bit of being scared as well at the same time. So it's like you wanted to do this, but you were really frightened. And I think the being scared, that was your instincts telling you that you shouldn't do that at that time. And also, you felt quite alone, I think, as well. It was a very, very difficult time for you. So, I think now, if this is resonating with you, I think now you're kind of better off where you are right now anyway. Not all the time, not forever, I should say, but right now. Because, look at this woman, she's kneeling on the earth. So, you're very down to earth now, and you're feeling a lot more balanced because, she's balancing this water here. So I think the fact that you stayed, I think that makes you feel a lot less stressed than you were then. You're a lot more grounded, a lot more comfortable than you were then, because this woman's naked, she's comfortable in herself. But, the thing is, comfortable isn't the same as exciting. So, there's still something that's missing, I think. It's like, you're still thinking about being somewhere else. It's like, oh, one day I want to go back, or one day I want to go and do this or that, or this exciting thing. Might be something different you're thinking of now. But I am getting a place. I am getting, oh, I'd like to go to a place. I'd like to go to somewhere. So, and the star's about hope. It's about wishing on a star and all that. So I think you're kind of wishing, I'd like to move to somewhere else, somewhere exciting. Okay, so yeah, this is going to sound a little bit strange, but okay, I'm just going to say this. I think someone's watching over you, because we're watching over this woman. Look at the position we're in. It's like we're kind of slightly above her and we're looking down. So I think someone's watching over you. And if this is you, you weren't supposed to go there at that time, and you know that now. You know that. It was the wrong time for you. And yeah, it looks like there's a chance for something else. It's coming up for you at some time in the future. Now, when this happens, you're probably going to roll your eyes at me now, because I think might be maybe in 1 or 2, maybe in 1 or 2 years' time. I think that's what I'm seeing, and that's the right time for you. You can't force the right time. It just happens when it happens. It's not up to you or to me or to anyone to say, I think that's the right time. It's up to the universe. So it's going to be when it's going to be. Just a little thing about this, because I'm seeing this person watching over you. If you know who this is, if you know that someone's watching over you, I'm getting a lot of love here. I'm getting a lot of fun as well. I think they had a sense of fun too. Really nice. Yeah, really funny. Anyway, see if you can spend some quiet time just thinking about this person. And, if you've got a picture of them, maybe you could put that somewhere as well. If you've got a candle, that's nice too, but you don't have to have any of those things. You don't need anything. All you need to do is to sit there and think of this person. That's all you need to do. And I think that might bring you a bit of comfort, and I think it might bring you a few ideas as well about, how you're going to work toward getting to this new place, doing this new thing. And the thing is, with this timing, I know 1 year or 2 years, when people hear that, they're like, oh, that's 100 years away. It feels like that to them. It's not. It's a short time. And also, what you're going to do between now and that time is going to set you up for that time. You just can't see what's ahead of you yet. You've got lots and lots of steps that you're going to take between now and then to get you ready, set for that time when you're going to move. And look at this star card. Look at all these white stars, these little white stars that are leading to this big yellow star. What that says to me is they're the little steps that are going to lead you to the star, which is what you're wishing for, which is this place you're wishing for. And you can't see those steps now. Look at this woman. She's got her back to the star and she's got her back to all these little steps. So you can't see what's ahead of you now. You can't see what's between now and getting to that new place. But as you go through the time between now and then, you will see all those steps, and you'll get step by step, you'll get to that place until you're ready for that move. Okay, that was crazy at the end, but I hope you understand what I'm talking about. I know I messed that up, but with these little stars, they're just like steps. I love that, and you can't see it now because you've got your back. Anyway, no more about that. The false card you have your present is the Magician. Yeah, this is a fantastic card, and you've got the star and the Magician together, so that's a really special thing to have. Very, very special. There's something very magical, very, very special about having those two cards together. Okay, so I'm just getting this thing. Yeah, it's something to do with the star card. It's to do with that place you want to go to. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated, so I'll try and explain this to you. If you're doing something right now, okay, it feels like work. It might be a side thing, it might be a side business. It doesn't feel mainstream. It doesn't feel like a mainstream job. It feels like something that's kind of outside of that. It might be a hobby. It might be a hobby that you want to turn into work or a business or something like that. Something very, very different. If that resonates, if you're doing something like that, okay, it might not be this, but I'm just seeing this. Because you've got the star and the Magician together, it might be something mystical, it might be something metaphysical. It doesn't have to be, it could be anything at all, absolutely anything. But I was just seeing that with these two cards here. So, yeah, it feels like with this thing that you're doing, it might be a hobby, again. It feels like you got into this because you were looking for an answer to something. Because I'm getting, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for the way out of something. I'm in a bad way, I feel really bad, I feel horrible, I want to find a way out. So I'm looking for an answer, I'm looking, I'm searching, I keep on getting this searching and looking. And you found the answers in this thing, whatever this is. And it feels like it helped you to get out of a bad position, mentally, emotionally. And I think it led you to somewhere new. That's kind of what I'm getting. Now, when I say somewhere new, it doesn't mean an actual place. I know I'm talking about an actual place in the star card, but this is a place that's inside yourself. So that thing has led you to a place that's inside yourself. I know this is a bit abstract. I hope this is going to make sense to you. But if this is you, I think this thing you're doing, it's like a special thing or a skill or something like that. That's going to lead you to the physical place. That's going to lead you to this place that's there in a year or a couple of years' time. So if that makes sense to you, I think that's where this is leading you. It's a special thing that you're doing. You might turn it into a business. It might make money for you. It might make you travel. You might have to travel for work with this. I don't know. It's something. You can't see the steps now, but you'll find out what they are as you go through this. And this is absolutely amazing timing. This is like synchronicity, beautiful synchronicity, because you weren't ready for this big move last time, and your instincts were telling you that. But now, you know, everything's lining up for you. And I know, again, it feels like a long time away, but it's not. It's the absolute right time. It's perfect, perfect, perfect timing for you, because you're going to have these really, really important steps that lead you up to that perfect timing when you're ready to go and do this thing. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, so something else here again. Yeah, I'm just looking across to this, this King of Wands again. So this is about this person who's not quite coming forward. And okay, so what I'm seeing here is they're going to start to do this now. They're starting to want to come forward now. They want to do this. They want to manifest this with you, with the Magician. And yeah, I don't think they've just been sitting back doing nothing. They've been thinking about you a lot, a lot. They've been thinking about how they're going to approach you. They've been thinking about conversations you've had, I think you've had conversations with them. And they think they've got a chance of being serious, or this relationship, or this potential relationship being very, very serious. I think that's what they're hoping for. That's what they want to manifest. You know, if you look at the King of Wands again, you know, there's this salamander just behind his head, a lizard. It's turning around and around. It's right near his head. So his mind's going around and around, thinking about you. So they've been thinking and thinking about you, thinking about the conversations you've had, thinking about the time they want to have with you, thinking about something serious with you. And it's here again in the Magician, because there's an infinity symbol above his head. So he's thinking, oh, I want to be with them for a long time, in infinity, forever. So they're thinking about something serious with you. And again, they must know you. They have to know you, because they've had these conversations. How do they know that they want to be serious with you? They must know you. And okay, I'm going to talk about the Six of Wands and the Two of Cups here as well, because they're pretty much telling me a similar thing about this person. So, okay, so yeah, a lot more determination. There's a lot more determination in them now. They're absolutely, definitely going to come and talk to you. They're going to express this to you, because this is more like, I know what I want now. I'm going to go after what I want. That's what this victory card's all about. Yeah, there are two sides to them, I think. Two sides to this person. There's a soft side. It's kind of like, oh, I won't rush in yet. I want to make sure this is right. I want to make sure I make the right impression. I do the right thing. And with the Six of Wands, this is someone who wants to support you. So with all these people that are supporting this man in this parade, so they want to support you. So again, they've been talking to you, and you might have told them, oh, I want to do this in the future. I want to do that. I've got this opportunity. I've got this ambition I have. And they're thinking about that, and they're thinking, I want to support them. I want to support them. So I'm getting that. Also, there's a laurel wreath here, obviously representing victory, and there's one in the Two of Cups. This woman's wearing it around her head. So they want this victory with you. They're determined to have this with you. And they're going to reach out to you, because if you look at the Two of Cups, the man's reaching out toward the woman. So expect communication, expect talking, which is what's happening in the Two of Cups. They're going to reach out to you. And what I'm seeing here is this is straightforward communication. Straightforward communication. This is exactly the kind of communication you want. No messing around. And I have to tell you again, it feels really, really positive. So that looks really, really good. I'm really, really happy to see that. So I really hope this resonates. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited myself. Okay, so the first card you have your future is the Five of Swords. Yeah, right. Okay, so I was getting all this. Okay, watch out, watch out. Yeah, this is about this axe. This is about this axe. Look at them. Yeah, anger, they're angry. I was getting anger there. I'm getting anger here. In the King of Wands, I was seeing that. I'm seeing it again here. And this is exactly the kind of behavior I was seeing in the King of Wands. This exact behavior. Exactly. This is someone with a big ego. This is someone who thinks they deserve things. And they just think they can behave in any way. And everyone's just going to give them whatever they want. Or they'll put up with whatever this person thinks they should put up with. So, yeah, this is what I'm getting. I'm getting, oh, I deserve this. I deserve that. I've taken all these swords. I deserve them. They're mine. You know, totally selfish. They don't think there's anything wrong with this. They don't think there's anything wrong with this. Look at him. He's smiling. He doesn't care about what he's done. So, do you know what this feels like? It feels like they think they're at the centre of things and everyone else is just useful to them. They're to be used, and, you know, when they want something, you know, they use these people. When they want these swords, they grab the swords. When they don't want them anymore, it's kind of like goodbye. So that's what I'm getting. And, you know, he's got what he needs from these other men. He's got the swords. And I think a similar thing happened to you probably with this axe. I think they got what they wanted and they disappeared. That's what I'm getting. They got what they wanted and they disappeared. Horrible, horrible, horrible behaviour. But the thing is, you know, even though when people realise what's happening and they walk away, like these two men, and like you did, you walked away, you know, this person, this axe, they still think there's a chance they can come back again and, you know, start all over again. And I think maybe they've tried this with you a few times. But, you know, I'm not seeing you coming back. You are absolutely not coming back. You might have blocked them, actually, because I'm just getting this big negative feeling. I'm getting a big no around this. I'm really feeling this. So, you know, they might try. So get ready for that. Watch out for that. They might try again. But, you know, you're determined. And look at this. Look at where you're going. You've got the Four of Wands here. So I'll talk about that now. This is the Four of Wands. Yeah, look at this card. This is absolutely beautiful. So to get to where you want to go, to get to where these women are, you're going to have to walk through these wands. So you'll have to travel. You'll have to travel from one place to another place. So yeah, you're going to travel. You're going to move. You're going to go to wherever this says in the star card. So that's more confirmation that what you wish, what you want, you're going to get at some time. You know when I said this was, I'm not going to say that again because I know people don't like that. But yeah, you're going to get to where you want. You're going to be able to move. So, and yeah, 11:11, the gates are opening. Again, perfect timing. The gates are opening at the right time. This is happening at the right time. Now, again, the universe's idea of perfect timing isn't always when we think it is. But the universe sees everything. The universe sees everything we don't see. It sees everything into infinity. So you don't see this, but it's happening at the right time. So you've just got to sit back. You've just got to be patient. And you've just got to let this happen. I'm sorry, my voice is getting really croaky. I'm starting to lose my voice, but I'm just going to keep going. So the last card you have for your future is the Seven of Cups. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. This is a really big, massive, huge reminder. You're on this track. You're on the honesty track. You're the Queen of Swords. You're on that track. You're not taking any nonsense, no half-truths, no users, no people like the ones in the Five of Swords, no people like that ever again. You are off that track and you're on this right track now. Now, again, I'm not seeing you going back to this axe. And, you know, I don't want to turn this into a negative because this is a really nice reading. It's beautiful reading. But, you know, you do tend to attract a lot of these kinds of people. Maybe not so much now, but in your past you did. So, you know, I think this is here to remind you to keep your guard up, like the Queen of Swords. Keep your instincts really sharp because you've got sharp instincts. Don't let any of these kinds of people back into your life ever again. You don't want to go back to being like this man. You know, look at him, he's all in the dark, he's really confused, he doesn't know what's happening, someone's confusing him, you know, they're coming backwards and forwards, they're lying, he doesn't know where he is. You don't want to be like that again. You've been there before, you don't want to be there again. Stay on the right track, because you're going towards this 11-11 now. That's where you're going. Stay on that track. So, Scorpio, I'm not going to say any more in the ending. I'm just going to say thank you so much for watching. Sorry about my voice going off halfway through. It's a little bit difficult when I kind of keep talking and talking. But yes, thank you for watching. That's all I'm going to say.